Hello and welcome to McFarlane Gold Label of Fallout movie Maniacs. I really wish these were action figures, and I kind of bought them in my head thinking like maybe I can cut them up and turn them into action figures, but let's see. I have the supposedly limited edition right here with all three figures, and I have an extra Lucy figure in a regular box. It's funny how the regular box is kind of bigger than the one with three statues inside, but go figure. So these regular ones have 5,200 pieces. What does that even mean anymore? By the way, I really love the show. Great. And the reason I bought a second Lucy was because I didn't want to do a head swap. I want to print my own face onto it, like put my 3D print my own head, paint that, and add it to this figure and change it out just a little bit. And that is because I did do Fallout cosplays on my first cosplays I ever did after I transitioned, and the photos came out amazing. Really happy about that. And so yeah, and since the show's come out, there's also been a lot more costumes made in China for the show with much, there's cheaper options where it's just like a Sentai suit, put pictures here. There's also more expensive editions compared to the suit that I had before that was for Fallout 4 video game. There are now more detailed costumes that you can just buy, as well as a much easier access to pre-made Pip-Boys. We've got a flatter version here and a slightly more 3D version here. I got my Pip-Boy on eBay as a second-hand one that was slightly dirtied up, but it was basically made in a Canada costume factory. It was very cheap. It was easy to put on. I would like an expensive Pip-Boy if I can get one, but let's see. Let's open up the basic edition first. I was gonna get a second Brotherhood of Steel statue, but there was no shipping available from overseas, so I was just like, I don't want to do that. I want to pay for shipping. Lucy had free shipping though for some reason. I don't know why the other one doesn't. So back of the box, we have the Fallout logo there and an actual display. So if you keep this in the box, you got a If you keep this in the box, you have a desert display. If you take it out of the box, you still have that desert card that you can use for display for the statue. And yep, she's cool. She's okie dokie. Get out. By the way, these are statues. You see how it stays in the plastic and doesn't want to fall out, and they still put plastic ties on this. McFarlane, what are you doing? Why you could save some money and the environment by not having more plastic ties on stuff. There she is. See why this is misprinted and limited edition of misprint. Hey. So supposedly inside this box includes collector cards, bonus items, and bonus item, one item. So inside the big box you also have like a display piece with the sky, desert, and Fallout logo, and of course it does hold it together. And it's the only one that comes with an extra card. So what actual pieces do we get in here? We got, well, they're collector's cards. From what I can tell, these are pretty much, the two Lucy cards are identical. But if you flip them, actually the print coloring is slightly different because of the printer and different inks. So there's the one in the collector edition is actually slightly faded and the color's better on this. Go figure. And the print on the back is slightly different because we got 5,200 and 3,600 says 3-piece bundle Lucy and just Lucy. You can see the Ghoul and Maximus there and their cards. And now that I see them, the card print's also slightly faded. Great quality. So inside here we got the Lucy stickers in 3 folds. We got a Maximus sticker and In God We Trust caps, or others pay caps. So nice stickers. Does it add value to the thing? I guess, but one of my big problems with having stickers or pins or whatever in a collectible is, do you use them? Or do you keep it as a collectible? Like what whatever. So all of them are on the same stand pretty much, and there's a slot on the back that you can slot the collector's card. Like so. And I still don't understand McFarlane's obsession with these cards. From what I can tell, the paint jobs on both of these Lucys, this one's got a bit more of a red on her forehead. There's a bit of a mist chip there on the paint. Otherwise, they are pretty much the same. Okay, so I'm gonna put one down now. Let me take a look at this Lucy. That green is way too bright. And I know these aren't the most expensive things ever, but the idea is that if you're making a statue, you're sacrificing articulation for something that looks a bit more detailed and nicer than an action figure, in theory, but the quality, the looks of these statues, I mean, that face looks nothing like Lucy. The mold is sort of there, but that's, I mean, you can see it on the box, that's not her. It's just not, it's almost her. I've seen some 3D printed files that look more like her. And while the amount of paint details on this is more than a McFarlane action figure, slightly more, they're still missing some paint, certain areas. Like the stim pack there doesn't look quite right on the back. There's no wash on any of these parts, even though she's been out in the wasteland for a while. You'd think she'd have something going on there. So, I mean, there's wash on the plate, but it's also not very painted or detailed. Let's see, saying supposed to be, but I still believe that this will look so much better if all these rock areas were actually painted sort of tan colored and brown wash on them, and these tubes and pipes had different colors on them. So I feel like this should be done a bit better than what it is. Now, there is an upside to this. I'm thinking they're probably thinking like, we'll sell a bunch of these first, and depending on how well these sell, they might sell action figures afterwards because they got the rights to the merchandise and such. So her hands are not glued onto the pistol, which is great, and the pistol can actually come out. So that's kind of cool. Like, I've got the Fallout accessory now officially for action figures. Oh, you go back in there. That's kind of neat. So let's see if. I mean, I do enjoy the McFarlane Warhammer 40k action figures. For the price, they are excellent. And I enjoy a lot of DC Multiverse stuff for the price. Sometimes you need to add a little bit of paint yourself to make them look really good. And sometimes the articulation is a bit head scratching. But overall, for the price, they are good. So if they do Fallout action figures, great. I look forward to that. I look forward to that a lot. But the Japanese company does have Fallout license too. At least some license to make Nendoroids with Bethesda IPs. So if there was a Figma or Mafex or someone would come along and then do an action figure of the power armor, I'd be so happy. In fact, there was one for 1,000 Toys that was on display. It wasn't even painted. It was just a prototype, but it got cancelled. It never came out. And that was right before 76 came out. Guess if we can add another blame to Fallout 76, which is a better game now, but it's still a complete mess. I wish there was an offline patch for it, and I would just play that for hours. But the onlineness kills it completely. Let's move on to the Ghoul. Now, his gun is glued in because he's holding it like that, but I feel like it is a separate piece, and I can get it out if I melted the glue. Does the shotgun come out? It is also a separate piece. Does the shotgun come out? No, it's molded in there. Now the strap, see, that's not painted, the buckle there. But the jacket has a wash on it. The jacket looks really good, but it's not hard to get it something like that to look good. And it's softish plastic, that's good. The head, now the Ghoul is the one that looks most like the Ghoul because, I mean, it's one of those non-human face characters. So you should look good, look better anyway, easier too. But he still doesn't look quite like he does in the show. He's got too much eyeshadow going on. But apart from that, the rest of the gold buckle coloring, the shells and bullets, the paint isn't the cleanest. Again, it's a statue. It really should be better painted than an action figure. This one's my favorite because it's a power armor, of course. I do like it. And even the fragile areas, they've molded in soft plastic so it doesn't break or snap. I've been trying to 3D print some power armors, and this bit there on the mask always breaks because, you know, resin is quite brittle, most resins anyway. Giant pistol there, I forget what pistol that is. Very detailed, just enough dirt on it. This looks good. Bad paint there. He's the only one with an accessory, so you can pop that off and give him the Maximus head. he kinda looks like the actor. Hair is a bit too strong though, like too gummy. But apart from that, this is still a decent figure. I'm never gonna display him with that head. Like, I like the character, but no, this is just so much better with the Brotherhood of Steel look to it. So there we go, decent looking statues, at least on the shelf or from a distance, or if you have a lot of statues at this scale, putting them together, that'd be pretty decent. The best one is the power armor, second one is the Ghoul, and then the third one is Lucy. Even the skin color is off. Not great. Supposedly limited editions, whatever, I don't really believe that. I mean, how... And that authentication card, I mean, that's just printed on, anyone can duplicate that, whatever. The stickers are actually really nice, but like, I can't use them because then, like, I just sort of just put them back in a box. So, yes. For the price, these were okay, at least the original price. I did see that with Fallout there's been Mega Blocks and smaller figurines or statues coming out, but they're all the wrong scale for me. I couldn't order the Mega Block stuff because that was, as soon as the pre-orders went out, it was sold out. And there's no Mega Bloks distributor here in Hong Kong, which is really annoying. They only keep selling Minions. I don't want Minions. However, I did see someone on the Fallout Facebook fan page, Everything Fallout, I think. There are now someone's making cheap Fallout Lego pieces for power armors, and I went on Taobao and ordered a bunch because it was even cheaper there. So I'm quite excited to get those. I got some plain colored ones I'm going to paint up, so stay tuned for that. As always, subscribe, suggest, and comment below, because take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.